Deion Sanders reveals Travis Hunter's top 3 passions on Skip Bayless show. When Deion Sanders speaks, the sports world listens. It's been that way for decades, from his prime time days in the NFL to his transformation into Coach Prime at the University of Colorado. But when Sanders appeared recently on Undisputed with Skip Bayless and began talking about his most gifted and beloved player, Travis Hunter, the conversation went far beyond football. For once, the flash, the noise, and the constant debate about rankings, nil deals, and NFL draft potential faded away. What remained was something deeply human, a story about a young man's heart, his passions, and the unique mentor who's shaping his journey. A different kind of interview. Skip Bayless, never one to shy away from tough questions, leaned forward during the segment and asked Deion a question that caught even the Colorado coach off guard. Coach Prime, everyone talks about Travis Hunter's talent, but what makes him who he is? What drives that kid? Sanders smiled, leaned back in his chair, and said something that silenced the studio for a moment. You want to know his top 3 passions? That's easy, Deion said. Faith, competition, and creativity. Those 3 things define Travis Hunter more than any stat line or highlight ever could. The room went quiet, but Sanders wasn't finished. What followed was one of the most heartfelt segments Undisputed had seen in months. A rare look into the mind and soul of one of college football's most intriguing stars, as told by the man who knows him best. Passion number 1. Faith, the foundation of everything. Travis ain't just talented, Sanders began. He's grounded. That boy prays before every game, before every meal, and before every decision he makes. Faith keeps him humble, keeps him focused. That's his anchor. For those who have followed Deion Sanders' journey, the theme of faith is nothing new. It's the same belief that pulled him out of his darkest moments, from his post-NFL depression to his health battles and family challenges. Now, it's something he sees reflected in Hunter, his two-way phenom who has become the face of Colorado football. Sanders went on to explain that Travis' quiet faith often goes unnoticed by fans who see only his spectacular plays. He don't make a show of it, Sanders said. He ain't out here preaching or posting verses on social media every 5 minutes. But when you're around him, you feel it. That calm energy, that peace, that's faith. Teammates have spoken about it too. Linebacker Trevor Woods once said, "When things get tense, Trav just has this look, like he already knows how it's gonna end. It makes the rest of us believe too." Hunter's faith is what allowed him to persevere through injuries, criticism, and the pressure of being the most scrutinized player in college football. When he suffered that terrifying lacerated liver injury in 2023, sidelining him for several weeks, many wondered how he'd respond. But according to Sanders, he never lost his composure. He said, "Coach, God got me," Sanders recalled on the show. "And I knew right then, that's a kid who's not just playing for himself. He's playing for something bigger." Passion number 2. Competition. The fire that never sleeps. When Deion Sanders talks about competition, you can hear the steel in his voice. This is a man who competed at the highest level in 2 professional sports, who thrived on pressure, and who never backed down from a challenge. So, when he says that Travis Hunter's competitive spirit reminds him of himself, that's not a small compliment. Travis wants to beat everybody at everything, Sanders told Skip, laughing. Cards, ping pong, video games, practice reps don't matter. You name it, he wants to win it. Those who've seen Hunter in practice say it's almost frightening how relentless he is. He doesn't just want to be good, he wants to be untouchable. Even after long practices, when most players are in recovery mode, Hunter can often be found running extra drills, watching film, or challenging teammates in one-on-one matchups. Sanders says that's what makes him special. Some kids play football. Travis lives football, Sanders explained. And not just football, he lives to compete. He gets joy from the grind. He finds energy in the hard stuff. This passion is what drove Hunter to become one of the most extraordinary two-way players in modern football. Offense or defense, it doesn't matter. When he lines up, the world watches. He's redefining what's possible in college football. But competition for Hunter isn't about ego. It's about purpose. He don't compete to prove people wrong, Sanders said. He competes to prove his gift right. There's a big difference. Passion number 3, creativity. The artist inside the athlete. While most fans know Travis Hunter as a football superstar, few realize how deeply creative he is off the field. Travis is an artist, man, Sanders said, shaking his head with admiration. He paints. He edits his own highlight tapes. He designs clothes. He's got an eye for style. That's part of what makes him such a dynamic player. He sees the field like an artist sees a canvas. Indeed, those close to Hunter say he approaches football the same way he approaches art, with rhythm, emotion, and imagination. Every route he runs, every interception he makes, it's all part of a masterpiece unfolding in real time. During the interview, Sanders shared a story that perfectly captured that creative mindset. One time during practice, I told him to take it easy, Sanders said. He looked at me and said, "Coach, I'm just trying to paint something they ain't never seen before." I said, "Boy, you sound like Picasso with pads on." Everyone in the studio laughed, but the message was clear. Travis Hunter's creativity is what separates him from other athletes. He doesn't just play, he creates moments. He finds beauty in motion. His routes aren't just precise, they're poetic. His interceptions aren't just instinct, they're timing and intuition blended like brushstrokes. Sanders emphasized that Hunter's ability to blend passion and imagination is rare. You can teach a player to read a defense, he said, but you can't teach vision. Travis got vision in every sense of the word. The bond between coach and prodigy. Throughout the segment, it became increasingly clear that Deion's admiration for Hunter went far beyond football. The relationship between the two isn't just coach and player. It's mentor and mentee, father figure and son. When Sanders first recruited Hunter to Jackson State, he saw something special. Hunter was the #1 recruit in the nation, courted by every major program in the country. But he shocked the football world when he chose to play for Deion at an HBCU instead of a powerhouse like Alabama or Georgia. That decision told me everything I needed to know about him, Sanders said. He believed in me before the world believed in US. Since then, the two have become inseparable symbols of the new era of college football. One defined by purpose, swagger, and individuality. Hunter follows Sanders' leadership, while Sanders nurtures his potential with the kind of emotional investment rarely seen in modern coaching. "Travis ain't just my player," Sanders told Skip. "He's my guy. He's like a son to me. I love that kid." A message to the critics. Skip Bayless, intrigued by Sanders' praise, asked a tough question near the end of the segment. "Coach, a lot of people say Travis Hunter's workload is too much, that playing both ways will burn him out. What do you say to that?" Sanders' answer was vintage prime time, confident, fiery, and full of conviction. "People said the same about me, remember?" he replied. "They said nobody could do it, but I did. Travis can too. You can't limit greatness. You can guide it, protect it, but you can't cage it." He paused for a moment, his eyes narrowing with focus. Travis Hunter is built different. His body might get tired, but his spirit don't. You don't find that kind of fire often. That's why I protect him like I do, not from the game, but from the noise. A glimpse into the future. As the interview wrapped up, Bayless asked one final question. "So, Coach, where do you see Travis Hunter 5 years from now?" Sanders didn't hesitate. "In the NFL, thriving, changing the game, making plays people will be talking about for decades. But more than that, I see him happy, balanced, still the same humble, faith-driven, competitive artist he is right now." It was a rare, unguarded moment. A father figure's hope for the young man he's watched grow under his care. Beyond the lights, beyond the field, for Deion Sanders, the Skip Bayless interview wasn't just another media stop. It was a chance to pull back the curtain on what truly defines success. To him, Travis Hunter isn't just a Heisman hopeful or an NFL prospect. He's proof that character, creativity, and conviction still matter in modern sports. "Football gonna fade one day," Sanders said softly as the segment ended. "But who you are, that lasts forever. Travis understands that. That's why I love him." And as the cameras cut away, viewers were left with something far more powerful than a highlight reel. A reminder that behind every rising star, there's a story, a struggle, and a passion that burns brighter than fame. Travis Hunter's top 3 passions: faith, competition, and creativity. Tell the world everything it needs to know about who he is, and perhaps even more about the man who believes in him most, Coach Prime.